Skyship Weverlight went through the portal, but the Predator didn't. The portal deactivated and the ship crashed. Ertai was a hero who saved his crewmates. This thought kept his morale up while his fingers were being broken during the questioning later that day. After the enemy was done with the torture, Ertai was locked in a cell. Trying to use magic to his aid, he managed to control the Flowstone, and that caught the enemy's attention. They weren't mad, they were actually impressed. A mere mortal able to control it, even to a very limited extent, was something unusual and deserved VIP treatment. The young mage quickly learned that among the enemies, the scariest and the most ruthless one was his former crewmate Krovax, who'd switched sides and was currently applying for the position of Raph's new Evencar. Compared to him, the hulking warrior Greven seemed like a nice guy, and the woman in charge going by the name Belbay, an amazingly kind and fascinating person. A lot's changed in the stronghold since Gerard and the team left the scene. Apparently, so did Volrath. An envoy was sent to choose a new Evencar in his place. Krovax became cursed and somehow transformed into a horrifying vampiric being. He was currently the only candidate for Volrath's replacement. As for the rebels, their attack was a huge success. It brought hope to their heart. Eladamri celebrated his success, for which the enemy decided to punish him by assassinating his daughter Avila and abducting her body. As a weird form of flexing his trophy, the Inner Circle member Apkal Dro used her flesh for completing his envoy. Belbay was a Phyrexian newt, mostly mechanical inside, dressed in Avila's skin and working as a living camera transmitting the events on Wrath through the eye of Yawgmoth implanted in her. She soon realized that Krovax was not fit for becoming the Evencar of Wrath, as he was a murderous psychopath. Ertai, on the other hand, showed promise. The young mage received treatment from the artifacts at the stronghold. Although it used black mana and was unable to fully heal him, it enhanced his flesh though, made him stronger and temporarily relieved him from the pain. The rebels became a power to be feared, and an actual revolt was closing in. Eladamri's plan was to enter the stronghold with his squad, carefully selected out of the finest and trustworthy warriors, one of them the Oracle's own granddaughter, Lyn Sevi. Their mission was to dress up as the enemy and pretend they've captured Eladamri, then free him from the dungeon without anyone suspecting a thing. The plan worked, and they've soon liberated their leader and the real Tekhara, which was still in captivity. Belbay was stalling for Ertai to hone his Flowstone control skills to the point where he could be able to contest Krovax, while Krovax became impatient and started going on killing sprees, using his vampiric powers to grow in strength. Ertai was becoming stronger as well, but because of the constant use of the enhancing beam. His injuries didn't heal and the relief coming from the beam was temporary. The more he used the artifact, the more he was starting to resemble Greven in appearance. Ertai's view on the factions changed dramatically as well. He fell in love with the emissary of his former enemies, Belbay. He became mates with the enemy commander Greven, and at the same time the threat was coming from his former friend, the Dominarian Krovax. Before him was Volrath, formerly a human from Dominaria. Are we the baddies? Speaking of Volrath, after his defeat on Mercadia, he returned to Wrath and shapeshifted to remain incognito. When it was pretty obvious that Belbay couldn't stall the coronation anymore and had to appoint Krovax as the new Evencar, Volrath suddenly showed up and challenged him for the position. Krovax turned out to be weaker than the former Evencar and felt a strong possibility of losing the fight, when suddenly an unexpected ally secretly helped him by debilitating the foe. Ertai thought that even Krovax was better than Volrath, and he chose to aid the lesser evil. He also hoped that as part of his gratitude, Krovax would let him and Belbay live in peace, or maybe even allow them to leave Wrath unharmed. Belbay in the meantime decided to sabotage the invasion plans and help the rebels. She opened up a portal for Eladamri and Takara so that they could warn the Dominarians. As he was leaving through the portal, the elf leader decided to murder Belbey. The reason? She was wearing his daughter's skin and he found it an atrocity. Are we the baddies? Ertai arrived at the scene, but his girlfriend was already killed with the same poison that was used for killing Avila, which Eladamri still kept on him. This was the final straw that made Ertai switch sides. Krovax showed him gratitude and trust for helping him win the duel, but still applied a spinal graft much like Graven's to ensure his loyalty. Ertai would also attain the honor of becoming completed. Volrath, on the other hand, got stripped of his enhancements, reduced to Vuel. Krovax prepared a grand funeral for the fallen Belbey and a humiliating execution for the defeated Vuel. Did Eladamri, Takara, and Lin Civi get to warn the right people and prepare for the invading forces? Find out on the next episode of MTG Lore Invasion, so be sure to subscribe and you'll get notified soon after I will have uploaded it. Until then.